Hello there, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to Act 3, Katawa Shoujo, Hanako's hopefully good end route. Let's continue, shall we? The tint of the room slowly changes from the shine of the afternoon to the orange of the dusk. A clock ticks away the seconds, counting in the background on the verge of hearing. But no matter how long I wait, the outcome cannot be changed. That diminutive play piece makes a small click against the board. Like a wound spring, Hanako makes her move only moments after mine. It's embarrassing. In comparison to my 5 minutes move, she seems to know exactly what she wants to do. Mate! What does that make this 3-2? Stalemates don't count. Damn. You're getting better at this every day. That or she's been holding back. I'd never have thought it when I first met her, but she really has a knack for this game. Just seems to have become a popular pastime for the two of us. Hiding away in the tea room, playing a game or two after classes. From here, the students outside can just barely be heard milling about. The every noises from below remind me a little of my life before Yamaku, for I'm by now well aware that it's a life I will never get back to. Fancy another game? I have to finish my homework. Oh well, I'll see you tomorrow then. But what about this? Hanako points to the set surrounding the mostly empty chessboard. Don't worry about it, I've got it. Oh, okay. See you. Later. Hanako departs as I start cleaning up the area. The occasional whistles and cheers from the sporting clubs outside become less frequent, eventually approaching silence. A part of me still wants to be some kind of team. Since I played soccer and other sports before my accident, I guess it's normal to feel nostalgic about what I can't do anymore. Even if you can, it is, yeah. Have I mentioned? I don't even remember anymore. I think I haven't mentioned. Maybe another game. Sympathies maybe? I'm not sure. That I actually went to a training with another team, because why not? I mean, I've run into like an short article saying that they are looking for players and so on. Said, whatever, I'll go. Happens that there was a coach that was coaching one of the teams when I was still playing in my like junior club, whatever. I haven't been trained by him, but yeah. And those, but also there is my coach that actually trained me in the team itself, so he's playing still a little bit. And yeah, they messed up my ankle. God damn it, man. Like quarterly, like I don't know. I don't even know when exactly, but I think I got like scratched into it, and you know, it's an old thing, but I don't know. I always get flexible ankles, but sometimes when I get kicked in a certain way, I feel like it just, you know, goes wrong. So I can't put exactly the entire weight on it, and it's problematic. I'm even not running now. That's even also more problematic, and it's annoying me. I want to go out. Anyway. But yeah, I guess even amateurishly, I won't be playing. Anyway, the small victories I feel every day as I see more of what she's like under her self-imposed shell. That's why I come here most of all. Did I not read something? Yeah, I didn't read this thing, but I have other reasons than that for my coming here so often, and I don't feel so bad about losing that part of myself because of them. Yeah, there is something about that, right? Like sometimes meeting a person can make you think like, yeah, I actually don't regret not doing that anymore, because I have time for someone else. Yeah, Lee's a good friend by now, but it's the small exchanges I have with Hanako that feel especially dear. The small victories I feel every day as I see more of what she is like under her self-imposed shell. That's why I came here most of all. As I'm putting away cups and saucers, I hear talking outside the door. Pausing for a moment to listen, I can make out that it's Hanako and Lee and decide to go outside to investigate. Are you quiet, sure? I'm sure. Ah, Hisao. Hanako turns to me with a look of mild surprise. I notice my approach. Lee must have caught her just as she was about to leave. Oh my, Hisao is here as well? Afternoon, Lily. What's up? I was hoping now that I finished my class representative duties for the day, that I might have the two of you company for tea at the Shanghai. It would be nice to enjoy ourselves outside the school for a change. I'd be up for it, but I think Hanako had work to do for... It's not all that much. Wonderful. It seems that we decided then. Hanako! I'm kidding. I cast my eyes across the gap as the three of us step in. As usual, there are only a handful of people around at most, and the noise level is quite... background hum. Nice. The whole Lily has on Hanako's arm remains just as it has been for the entire slow walk down the hill to the local town. For it's hard to say for which reason. For Lily's guidance or for Hanako's reassurance? For a moment, Lee removes her arm from Hanako's to retract her cane as Yuko quickly skitters over to where we stand, but soon replaces it right back where it had been. Welcome to the Shanghai! I may take your order! She gives a deep bow, her well-delivered and professional introduction putting her in a good mood. It's a nice change from the norm for Yuko. Just tea, please, Hanako. Hisao? I'll have a slice of pie and a coffee. Just tea, please. Coming right up. Please take a situation. I'll be back shortly. Yuki gives a smile and then not before shuffling the counter, and we make our way to some empty seats by the window in quick measure. We slip into our seats, the girls on one side with Lee's cane propped up beside them and I on the other. I realize that Hanako's not doing something that she so often does. Rather than keeping her eyes pinned to the ground and hiding behind her blind escort, busily trying to convince herself that the world around them doesn't exist, she's merely keeping her eyes low and helping Lily around. Are you okay, Lily? You look tired. She lowers her head a little, looking somewhat embarrassed that she let it show. Class representative work can be very tiring, considering that it often means dealing with the student council. Very tiring indeed. How did the other representatives go? Better than I, but not much. She's a harsher. She's a harsh taskmaster, no matter whom she deals with. It doesn't sound like you particularly relish the job. Why do it in the first place if it's that bad? Being a class representative is enjoyable, and I can deal with the responsibility well enough. It's just that the people involved are sometimes... She trails off, cutting her words at the rather opportune spot. It's hard to imagine Lee cursing, but I imagine that if anyone could make her do so, it would be Shizune. Hanako looks to be withering a bit in the light of such a conflict, but before I can steer her to pick away a little, she stands up. Hanako? I'll be back in a bit. With that, she leaves for the restrooms. I suppose that's one way to deal with the situation, if that was indeed her motivation. Lee, however, looks a little wounded. Sorry. Don't worry about it. I don't think it was you. But I think she's been getting stronger recently. You've seen it yourself, right? That went a bit awry. Fortunately, doesn't look offended, and by now I really shouldn't be quite so scared of stepping on that landmine around her. Possibly. Sometimes I find it hard to tell for Silence reigns for a moment before 2 teacups, a pie, and a mug of steaming coffee appear in front of us. And that Yuko takes special care to place the teacup against the tip of Lily's fingers, letting her know where it is. Here you go! Thanks, Yuko. Thank you. With a quick and silent bow, the spectacular waitress takes her leave. Ah, that's right. I was meaning to ask you something, and now would be the right time to do so. I'm all ears. Hanako's birthday is going up, and I was hoping that you might accompany me for present shopping in the city this weekend. Hanako's birthday soon. I suppose it'd be a nice chance to cheer her up a bit. Like Yuko, she always seemed to be teetering on the edge of either panic or depression, and I've never seen her enjoy herself much outside of our chess games. All that aside, learning the layout of the sea weather with a friend keeping me company sounds like a good way to spend the weekend. Sure, I'd be happy to. Have you gotten plans for what to do for birthday? Party or anything? Hanako being Hanako, perhaps a low-key affair would be. Lily suddenly cuts herself short, leaving me to wonder why as she brings her teacup to her lips and begins to sip. After a second, I notice Hanako looking up to us over her shoulder. Lily's hearing must be very good indeed if it was the sound of the restroom door opening that tipped her off. Hanako takes her seat once again, and wastes no time drinking her tea. Soon the three of us are quietly eating and drinking as the sun sets. It's a nice way to spend the remainder of the day's light, and it makes me appreciate the quiet and serene surroundings of Yamaku. I think I really begin to like life here, as isolated as it may be. I finish off the last of my coffee and rest the mug on the table while the girls talk between themselves. The coffee here is a little bitter for my taste, but still quite good. Better than what I can make for myself in any case. The girls' discussion is mainly focused on their respective reading preferences, which does give me a little curiosity about a related topic. Hey Hanako, I was just wondering, aside from chess and reading, do you have any hobbies or things you like doing? She's completely stopped in her tracks, looking quite surprised that anyone would be interested in asking such a question about her. It takes a little time to formulate a response. I guess I like singing a little. I'm okay with computers as well, but I don't use them all that much. Singing's not exactly something I expected to hear. It's hard to imagine her singing voice given how soft-spoken she is. Please, game, don't do this to me, actually. Don't. Lee, on the other hand, simply nods. She must already know all this, since she's been friends with Hanako for 1 year or so by now. Yeah. What about you? Me. She hesitates before quickly flicking her head up and down. It's only logical that she'd want me to talk about my hobbies after she's told me hers. There is chess, obviously, but also... There was soccer as well, for I can't read it anymore. Reading, which I picked up in hospital. This is surprisingly hard. Ali and Hanako look a little put off by the direction that is taking, and the more I think about it, the more I am too. It sounds as if you picked quite a few things since your accident. Ali's candor is coated with probably the most positive spin one could put on what I said. Hanako, however, is silent. If a situation becomes difficult, her reaction always seems to be withdrawing into silence, in order to prevent things getting worse. That, or physically retreating. A soft gives us pause. As Lily reaches into her pocket, it becomes obvious that the sound's coming from her phone. Sorry. It's okay. Lee gives a quick nod before shuffling out her seat and taking the call a little distance away to avoid disturbing the both of us. Must be nice to be popular. Hanako smiles but doesn't take up the hook for further discussion. I end up just sitting back and close my eyes, relaxing as best as I can. It's nice and peaceful here. I wonder what it'd be like to have grown up somewhere like this rather than in the city. You come from the city? Looks like I found something she wants to talk about. Yeah, you could say I was a city kid, shit kid. True and true. I'm not actually. It sounds like a lot changed. It did. I'm still not quite sure what to make of all of it for. It's a bit of a culture shock in more ways than one. You must have gone through something like this when you first arrived in Yamaku, right? I'd imagine most new students would. Not really. Hanako gazed a little to the side, looking unwilling to go on. I tilted my head inquisitively, but a couple of seconds passed with no further answer. But can't we deal with that on Monday? The fallout has hardly settled from the last... Understand. I tried to talk her down. You know what she's like when she gets locked onto an idea. Yes, thank you. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye. This conversation ends with the sound of her phone closing. Flip phone. Sounds like a flip phone. She returns to the table but doesn't take her seat. Need to go? Unfortunately. Class representative work calls once again. I can come with you. It's alright, Hanako. I'll just be going straight to the student council. There is no need to spoil a fine evening on my account. Besides, if you were to accompany me on my way back to the school, who could keep our poor Hisao company? Okay. So over here, Lily's being a wing girl. I can join you for tea again later tonight if you'd like. I may well need it. We agree on that plan, and Lee says her farewells to the both of us, taking her cane after Hanako passes it to her. Despite my offer to pay for Lily's share, she insists on giving us her portion of the bill, and gives her regards to Yuko, as she takes her leave. And then, we are alone. It may be all well and good to leave Hanako and me alone to get some time together, but all it typically means is the two of us sitting near each other in silence for a while. I mean, you had a topic, right? I wonder what I must look like to Hanako. I never thought of myself as a scary person, but to have someone my own age acting this way around me makes me intensely self-aware, as if it's my fault that she's so troubled. She might get more used to people if she were to stop being so cloistered in Yamaku, but then again, when even people much older than her react so strongly after a single glance at her face, she may well feel the same way I do now. It's a real catch-22. If she stays in... What the fuck is a catch-22? Catch-22. Satirical war novel. Oh. Never heard of it, to be honest. Okay. If she stays in Yamaku, she won't get used to socializing, but if she leaves, any efforts she might try would get thrown back at her by the people who can't deal with her scaring. Want to order something else to keep us going? We haven't had much of a dinner after all. Hanako brightens and nods vigorously, glad that I brought up the plate for her. I catch Yuko's gaze and she dutifully comes over to take all our orders. Would you like something else? I'll just have a sandwich special and a hot chocolate. Bit of late for coffee. I know, Hanako. You just had coffee a second ago, man. Anyway. I'll have the same. With a nod and a bow, Yuko turns on the ball of her foot and returns behind the counter, where she busies herself fishing out bread and condiments and working the machine to make our drinks. Not a word said between us until Yuko comes back. She smiles and gives us our food and drinks before moving to a customer who's called for her attention. I give up on the prospect of having much of a conversation with my companion and decide to just enjoy the meal, small as it may be. It tastes nice, as does most of the food here, after having a few mouthfuls and something's missing, namely the sound of Hanako's eating. She's the perfect person. She's not making noise while eating? Yes! Perfection. Looking back to her, I see Hanako fidgeting behind her untouched sandwich. Not hungry in the end? She shakes her head from side to side. Even as she does, the pouch of her hair she keeps over the right side of her face still does its job in hiding it almost entirely. It's not that. Oh, I was already to have your shirt too. You look troubled. Is something wrong? I'm startled by her thinking that I'm the one who looks troubled, but on second thought she's probably right. My face might have given away my emotions without me noticing, and she's hardly a dim person, quite the opposite. We're friends, right? Friends. From the tone of her voice and shrinking posture took as though I've hit yet another landmine. This another reason why interacting with her is difficult. The self-imposed psychological barrier she puts up between herself and the others, including me and most likely even Lily. It's a shame that... I think that we are. I'm a little taken off guard by Hanako's straightforward answer. All the more so since I was about to give up on getting any reply at all. I see. Am I wrong? Sorry, No, just... Hearing confirmation of that from you is reassuring. To pick up on what you said earlier, since coming to Yamaku, I've been a bit uneasy about how I should relate with others. I find myself chuckling a little. It's surprising how much of a relief that was. I can feel my face smiling as I pick up my cup of hot chocolate and bring it to my lips. Cha. That's hot. That's why I haven't eaten yet. I was waiting for my drink to cool down first. I guess I will wait then. The both of us share a little chuckle. The situation isn't really that funny, but for some reason, it feels like laughing is the most natural thing to do right now. I guess we were both a bit wound up about each other. I was so busy thinking Hanako was the one with something wrong. It took her to remind me that I was uneasy as well. But be that as it may, it still feels a little nice. A little nice to have someone think about me like that, in her own way. Interesting, very interesting. Following a long, quiet stretch up the hill and to the school grounds, the two of us find ourselves between the two dormitories. Regular patrols pass between the male and female dormitory buildings, both for security and to quickly raise the alarm for any issues that may raise. The guard currently on duty notes us and gives a quick note as he continues on his way. A loud yawn escapes from Hanako's mouth before she has a chance to cover it. I have a little doubt she's fairly tired by now. I better be off to my room then. See you tomorrow, Hanako. Good night. We separate and begin to walk our separate ways before I stop and look back. Hanako stands there, waving to me as she smiles. I smile and wave back to her, and after a few seconds she turns and walks up the stairs to her dormitory building, disappearing through the door. These little moments we share between us feel like a small treasure. One thing is sure. I want to protect that small, delicate smile she so fleetingly wears around so few people. I wonder about the things I have when Hanako's around, and when I'm able to do things for her. Whether they may be the seed for something beyond what we share now. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe? Oh boy, are you actually working out? What? The summertime sun is something to be savored, but when combined with the clean country air, it's all the better. True. The track and field club members are horsing around the field ahead. Some are playing with a soccer ball, others are talking, and a few laugh as two of them mock fight with each other. None of them pay me any heed as I sit alone on the grass, so he's not working out. Underneath the shade of a particularly large tree. It's a nice and peaceful moment after a dreary day of schoolwork. I played soccer pretty often before my heart attack, so I had thought it would be really nostalgic to watch them. What I feel now for is quite distinct from that emotion. That's the girl from the newspaper club. I hear footsteps approaching from behind me. I think. For on the other hand, she might also be like Emmy's Emmy's rival in running. Or maybe both. Who knows? Anyway. I hear footsteps approaching from behind me, and I turn to my side to see one of my classmates taking a seat beside me. I'm taken off guard, as the two of us haven't talked much before, and I didn't think anyone would notice me here. Sup? Hi. Miura, wasn't it? Just call me Miki! Sorry I start to stuff here. Likewise then. We both look back out to the field where the guys are playing. It looks like they're getting ready to have a second game, with people spreading out to their positions and the ball being carried to the center of the field. Sure enough, the whistle is blown to begin the match and they get right back into it. Not going to play? Nah, just gonna rest for a bit. She's goddamn cute, by the way. What about you? You kinda look like you want to play when you were watching us before. So someone did notice me after all. It's kind of a long story. Her face says that I piqued her interest. I'm in Yamaku because I've got a heart condition. I can't really play soccer anymore. Oh, wanted to be a player, did you? No, I only did it for fun. Yeah, I wanted. My friends played it, so I played as well. Any of these guys playing around could have been me before my accident, but I don't feel like I have any real wish to go back to that either. It's a little hard to explain. I'm still decently physically built from the days when I played, even if my strengths largely left me by now, and I got on well with the other club members. When I think about it, I should feel pretty bad watching. Can we just mention that she's like the first person that he straight up said what's up with him? Yo, this girl is the one. When I think about it, I should feel pretty bad watching people play when I can't anymore. Yet I don't. Maybe it's a good thing, a sign that I've gotten over it and that I'm ready to become a new person. Sorry, I'm kinda rambling. It's cool! I'm actually glad to hear that! It sounds like you really have your stuff together. Some of the people that come to Yamaku are pretty messed up at first. So... you're a member of the track and field club then? Yep, been in it since I first arrived. Don't suppose you're friends with me. Short, fast runner, no legs. I don't think there are all that many female track and field members. Ciotto mate. Ciotto mate, show image. Oh. Wait, I think in the big picture, like when the class was shown, it was not very visible. That basically she didn't have her left. Oh damn, I don't have that. I copied some of the files to the external, didn't I? Ah, and I don't have the picture now. Okay, we will do it differently. We will do it like this. Save. Main menu. Extras. Gallery. Right here. Oh, okay, we couldn't see because she had her hand, or should I say her arm around the head. Yeah, okay. But I think it was mentioned in one of the dialogues about her situation. Anyway. Haha, Amy! Everyone knows about her, don't they? But nah, I tend to get on better with guys. So me and Amy don't really talk much. Anyway, what about you? Well, I'm not really in any clubs. Real clubs, anyway. You've been hanging out with Hanako and that blonde Amazon for, right? Blonde I suppose he has the height to fit the description, if nothing else. I know the response without making too fine a point of things. Then don't worry about it. As long as you've got some friends, you don't need to join a club. There is also Kenji, let's not forget. A loud whistling from the field attracts our attention. One of the players is on the ground, clutching his leg, and the others stop play to jog up to him, leaving Miki grimacing. Ouch, that looks painful. That guy really has bad luck. As she continues to look out on the field, I can't help being reminded of her own injuries. Her left arm, ending up in a stump rather than a hand, has been bandaged up for the entire time I've been Yamaku, and injury doesn't seem that new. She turns to talk to me again and catches me looking. Both of us sit in awkward silence as she takes her bandaged arm and holds it in the lap with other remaining hand. Sorry, I guess I'm still a bit... It's fine, really. Her tone is light, but neither of us says anything afterwards. Every disabled student here has their own way of dealing with their problems, and some finding their conditions troublesome is only natural. I'm included among them, after all. The injured guy from the soccer gang manages to get onto his feet with some help, and ends up hobbling off the field with one arm over her shoulder, of another for support. Probably just pull the muscle if he can still manage to walk. The whistle blows again, and the game continues once more with one less man on the field. Hanging out with Hanako and that blonde girl, you keep some pretty strange company. How so? It's just that Hanako's kind of, I don't know, shy. No, it's not really that. It's just, she's got some issues, I think. I can't really put it in a nice way. Not that I don't think she's a nice person, for she's perfectly nice. Just hard to deal with. It sounds like Miki, or at least some other people in the class, have tried to get closer to Hanako in the past, and that it didn't go well. I think her judgment is rather harsh, given that everyone, not just those in Yamaku, have their own issues. Then again, I haven't known Hanako for that long, so it wouldn't surprise me if there was some stuff I didn't know about. I'll just take it as it comes. She's a nice person, and I think that should be all that matters. Miki's eyes narrow a little, and her smile spreads. You really like her, don't you? Miki certainly doesn't mince words. I mean, yeah. Question: why Miki doesn't have her root? Why? Just look at her. She's awesome. Did I save? I did. Admit it. Yeah. Of course. To be completely honest, yeah, I do. I appreciate if you didn't tell anyone. Hey, whoa, you can trust me. No problems there. To be honest, I think it's kind of cute. If you want to go for it, don't let me stop you. Thanks. She may say that, but she was just talking about Hanako having issues. Still, I won't hold myself to the words I said. Hanako's problems don't matter. I'll deal with anything that comes up because I want to help her. But you know, now that I think about it, maybe not in VNs, but in anime, at least, I find myself liking some of the characters that don't appear that much more. Like, first idea that comes to mind, but of course I don't remember the names. First that comes to mind would be, for example, in Danmachi, there were actually two. I mean, like, from the main sorts of main characters, I mean, Mikoto is my favorite, that's for sure. But, oh my god, where was she? She wasn't in the first season, I think. Okay, show me the second season then. Because she definitely was in the second season. Please, have her on the list of characters. So, Mikoto is wonderful. Oh, I like the Tiona sisters as well. They were pretty cool. But oh my god, what was her name? She was making freaking swords as well. God damn it, useless lists. They never give me what I need at the time being. But for example, now I finished Sidonia no Kishi, right? And the one over there I like, Sasaki. Yes. She had an eye patch now that I think about as well. Okay. Look. Where are you? Oh, Tsubaki, exactly. Tsubaki. Tsubaki called Brande. Very nice girl. And there is one that is a goddess. And she... What was her name now? The one that... Oh, you are showing me Sword Oratoria. Don't watch Sword Oratoria. Like, of all the Nanmachi, Sword Oratoria is... crap. To put it simply, it's crap. I feel like because of the supposed MC, she's so annoying. Not gonna lie, she's so annoying. Oh, Hephaestus, exactly. Hephaestus is freaking awesome. And Tsubaki. Yeah, those two. Those two are my favorites in Danmachi. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And as I said, Mikoto. But yeah, whatever. Why am I getting there? But yeah, Miki. Yeah, let's see. Katawa Shoujo Miki root. Do you have a root? Did someone make you a root? Probably not. Or maybe... Oh. Oh! Wait, what? Narration is from Miki. We come past it later split Suzuki Hisao branches. No, that order it's a fanfic. Okay, so fanfic thing. Okay, I mean it's pretty cool. Someone made it. Someone made it. So that would be maybe we will play this. Maybe. Anyway, go. If there is even the smallest possibility that I can pull Hanako out of her depression and seclusion, then I should work towards that. No matter what, if she needs a prince, then I will be that prince. As I think about the possibility of a relationship, I can see Miki grinning at me while watching my face. I'm no doubt blushing, and looking away from her only makes her laugh. Miki gives off a different vibe from the other girls. Talking to her feels more like talking to a guy than a woman. Her saying she prefers male company doesn't help to dispel the notion either. Glancing at my watch shows that lunch break is ending in only a few minutes. Time to start heading back to class. Lunch is about to end. Want to head back? Yeah, we'd better. And she seems quite tall. I pick myself up from the grass and dust myself off, offering hand to Miki to help her up as well. She takes it and easily pulls herself up, showing the muscles moving in their tall bare arms in the process. Come to think of it, why aren't you wearing the normal girl's blouse? It's too hot and constricting. The pussy for is better anyway. She throws her arms around a bit to emphasize her point, which has the side effect of showing off one particular part of her body that would be especially constricted by the blouse. The two of us start the walk back to the main building through the gardens, talking as we go. It sounds like you're settling in well, that's a relief. It was pretty surprising to get a transfer student this point in the year, considering the exams are coming up. Don't remind me. Don't worry about them, just cram it and you will be fine. That doesn't sound like a good advice. She claps my shoulder a couple of times as she grins. I don't think she takes school very seriously. You seem like a smart guy and Muto's taken to you well already. You're like a hand in a glove. Now to work out whether that's a good thing or bad thing. I still don't know what to make of this school. I've been here a few weeks already, but I still feel dazed at times. You'll get used to it, just give it some time. It's only high school, just like any other. She make it sound so simple, but I've never thought about it that way. To me, Yamaku symbolized a marked shift in my life. I was no longer normal, I was different. And was to be educated with other different people. And yet I'm walking back to class and talking casually with a classmate during lunch after taking some other play a soccer game. All perfectly normal. Maybe she has a point. She has a point. Maybe I should just look at Hanako in the same way. Everyone has their own issues. This is hardly something unique to Yamaku. After all, it's only a high school, just like any other. As we continue to talk, I find myself smiling. Miki and I are very different people in almost every way, but it feels good to have gotten to know another classmate a bit better. Yeah. So, we need Misha's route, we need Akira's route, and now Miki's route. Like, okay. That's problematic. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope to see you tomorrow as well, and of course have a wonderful day. Time to get some food ready. Bye bye.